Hi. Oh, Hi, my name is Marisol Martinez, and we're supposed to do our graduate presentation, and therefore I decided to do my graduate program or research here locally at Baylor University. One of the graduate programs I chose that focuses in applied science, applied behavior is the MSED in educational psychology. So the MSED in educational psychology with the concentration in applied behavior analysis. To give you a scope about it, it's really focuses, like mentioned before, in ABA, Applied Behavioral Analysis, and also it pretty much, although it focuses in that, it wants to do further investigation or implement new insight in these strategies that can be within ABA and therefore can help, like in some cases, kids with disabilities and actually be successful with new skills and reduce problem behavior. And also, the students will be prepared to work in a wide range of individuals with disabilities such as autism, Down syndrome, and intellectual disability. Also, um, while students are, or if they're once elected or um, enrolled in this program, the students are coming up with these strategies while actually working on site at Baylor because there is a center called Baylor Care, which provide it's actually a center where these children with certain limited capacities are there, as in like mentioned before, autism and Down syndrome and so forth. And therefore, the graduate will have assistantship with local ABA providers. These ABA providers are like clinicals, and also assistantship is something as an internship, but the student is as well paid, and therefore the student will obtain their ABA experience while in the community. And also, some are benefited through the tuition. Also, involved in applied research in Baylor Care in preparation for board certified behavior analyst, which is the BCBA exam. One of the what is considered in the admission criteria primarily it's the enrollment, and you have to really look forward what is the admissions deadline. For instance, um, you want to be prepared to be enrolled during June, which is a summer semester, and therefore you have to really look forward to um, be one of the first ones to submit your application during June. But there is a deadline. there were some general questions that I was able to find that could really help you to consider in the admissions criteria. For instance, there is a requirement of a GRE, which is a test, but there's no score that is required. You're only encouraged to take it, and probably to take it for a second time to kind of help you get there to maybe a passing grade, but there's no score requirement. Also, the applicants are not required to have a specific undergraduate degree in ABA. The application requirements is a personal statement, resume, GRE scores, 3 letters of recommendation, and undergraduate transcripts. And I thought it was really interesting that even though you could write your personal statement, there are times that you could be selected as well to be video conferenced. And I suppose that you would be video conference with probably a committee that will be able to give you the questions, or review some of the questions and answers, and then from there they would be able to select you, or once you made it. Also, there are deadlines like mentioned before, so the enrollment can be in any semester, but most students begin to enroll in June. So like I mentioned before, many are encouraged to start in June because the enrollment starts in June, and therefore they can start as soon as they can, because the projected timeline, if they start by June, there's a finish time within 15 to 18 months, but the soonest is 15 months to finish the program. Also, the enrollment starts typically in the summer semester, such as during June semester, and the application deadline is on February 1st for summer or fall enrollment. And also for those that applied in spring semester, the deadline is December 1st. And the careers that can be looked forward into is a practitioner, and of course, you're considered a practitioner once you pass the exam. I believe it's the BCBA exam. And this would be your profession, a practitioner. I've heard of practitioners that have their own clinics and are BCBA certified. Also, if you're certified as well, you can work at probably other private clinics, and also in schools and community programs. Some of the pros and cons. Well, first of all, the pros, that there's no thesis requirement, because some master's programs do require theses, but in this case, in this certain master's that is specifically in ABA, there's no thesis requirement, and also it's doesn't take long enough to complete your degree, 15 to 18 months. And the cons is that you are eligible for assistantship or tuition, but you would first have to be a candidate, and from there you would have to wait a certain time to be notified if you would have free tuition. And so I obtained this information from this page. Thank you.